still below the average, but with that sunshine, it'll actually be nice to be out and about. Comfortable by the time we get to the afternoon. Slight drizzle chances, again, from the coast to the valleys, but temperatures still slightly below average. They will get to above average. I'll show you that coming up in the extended outlook. But first, let's talk to Stu up in Sky Fox. It was nice to see that quick shot of you in your Aloha shirt, Stu. Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you, Maria. You know, I can't do it again. You got to keep the audience wanting, I guess. Let's talk a little bit of traffic. We made it over to the 101, Studio City, Sherman Oaks, that portion of the 101 between the 405 and the 134 split. It is looking, I'm going to call this really good for a Friday. We have seen it so much worse on the weekdays. Today it is moving along very well. So if that's part of your ride, you've got some pleasantness in your morning drive. Let's send it back to where it's always pleasant. Good morning, Bob and Jen.
All right, Stu, thank you. To our top story now, and the mother of baby Emmanuel Haro is due in court today for a hearing to determine if she should be tried for her baby's murder.
Mario Ramirez live in Riverside with more on our top story. Mario.
It is scheduled in the next hour, Bob and Jen, and this really could be a turning point in the case of missing 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro. His father already convicted. He is serving his sentence, and his mother is due back in court today to face a judge. So take a look. You can see her here, 42-year-old Rebecca Haro. She is due for a preliminary hearing where a judge could decide if she'll stand trial. Prosecutors accuse her of conspiring with her husband, Jake Haro, in the baby's death and helping cover it up. Emmanuel was reported missing in August of last year after Rebecca Haro claimed a stranger knocked her unconscious while she was changing his diaper outside a Big Five store in Yucaipa. She says that man took the baby, the disappearance sparking massive search efforts, community vigils, and a memorial outside the family's Cabazon home. But investigators quickly found that what they called consistencies in the story. Emmanuel has never been found. Authorities now believe the infant died days before he was reported missing. Both parents were arrested on August 22nd at their Cabazon home following a multi-agency investigation, and Jake Haro later pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, child assault, and filing a false police report. He's now serving a sentence of 32 years to life in state prison, and prosecutors argue Rebecca Haro knew or suspected her son was being abused, failed to intervene, and instead helped create a false kidnapping story to conceal the homicide. And she has pleaded not guilty to murder and filing a false police report charges. She's been maintaining her innocence during this entire investigation, and we expect to learn more during that preliminary hearing. We'll keep you up to date on any major developments, but that is the latest here in Riverside, just outside the Hall of Justice. Bob and Jen, we'll send it back to you.
Mario, you said that there is some forensic evidence for prosecutors. Do we know how the baby boy died?
Well, not exactly. We know, as we've been talking about, no remains, no body has been found, but prosecutors have alleged that baby Emmanuel showed visible signs of brain injury and child abuse before his death, and they say that those symptoms, they built up over time, and they should have been clear to someone who was caring for the child, especially his mother. And that's important here because the case around Rebecca Haro is not claiming that she caused injury or death, but that she knew what was going on. She didn't protect her son, and she helped to cover it up with that story. So that's one of the reasons this is being followed so closely, because we could learn some of those new details here today during this hearing.
Yeah, and it's just so heartbreaking to think that the baby's remains and body have still not been found. You have to imagine that investigators haven't given up hope to try and find the body.
Yeah, exactly. And they haven't closed the investigation or the search for answers in this case. There hasn't been a publicly announced search in quite some time, but the last time we know that there was a search with Jake Haro present in an orange jumpsuit, that was back in August after both parents were arrested along the 60 freeway in Moreno Valley. They were using cadaver dogs out there, and unfortunately, as we learned then, nothing was found. And of course, if those remains or any trace of baby Emmanuel is found, that could help answer some questions that are still surrounding this case this morning.
Okay. Mario, thank you.
Thank you, Mario.
Meantime, the Garden Grove chemical tank emergency is now moving into its next phase. The Orange County Fire Authority is handing things over to the county health care agency to serve as the lead authority now for the cleanup and removal of waste from the GKN aerospace plant. Some 50,000 people in Garden Grove and neighboring cities were evacuated last week for several days when the chemical tank threatened to overheat and explode. But the crisis was averted by Tuesday, and the last of the evacuees were cleared to go home by Wednesday.
The former mayor of Arcadia will appear in federal court this morning to change her plea to guilty to charges of secretly working as an agent for China. 58-year-old Eileen Wang stepped down as the city's mayor and resigned from the city council when felony charges were announced earlier this month. According to her plea agreement, Wang and her then fiancé Mike's son operated a website on which they posted articles favorable to Beijing as instructed by the Chinese government. It happened without prior notification to the U.S. government as required by law. It also occurred before she was elected to the city council. Wang faces up to 10 years in prison. Her former fiancé is now serving a 4-year sentence for the same charge.
President Trump is meeting right now to determine if he'll sign a tentative deal to extend the ceasefire with Iran. The agreement announced Thursday would reportedly last for 60 days and start a fresh round of negotiations on Iran's nuclear program. The tentative deal also addresses the Strait of Hormuz, saying Iran cannot impose tolls and all mines must be removed within 30 days. The president also announcing a few minutes ago the naval blockade will now be lifted and that Iran's uranium would be unearthed and destroyed by the U.S. in coordination with Iran, plus the International Atomic Energy Agency.
And some not so surprising news here from Costco. The big box retailer says it has seen record-breaking gas volume in the past 5 weeks. They also saw thousands of first-time customers filling up, helping drive a 4% jump in paid memberships. Of course, that's all tied to the war with Iran. Our surging pump prices. Costco gas is always cheaper than the average, sometimes up to 30 cents less. They also raise their prices less frequently since they buy in bulk.
All right, we are less than a week now away from Election Day.
Yeah, just around the corner. Election Day fast approaching. Millions of voters have already been casting their ballots through early voting and mail-in ballots. But Brooke is here to break down what the latest polling is saying just days before the election.
Yeah, it's interesting. Some changes. Let's talk about the mayor's race. Let's start there. So we've got a UC Berkeley LA Times mayor poll. Mayor Bass sitting on top with 26%. Nithya Raman right behind her, though, with 25%. Spencer Pratt at 22%. Raman and Pratt really have each surged by 8 percentage points since the March survey. Bass pretty much stayed flat. You're wondering if you'll see a difference, one, not only at the actual polls, but in people's minds now that the governor has finally made an endorsement, choosing to endorse the mayor.
That's right. Yeah, they're a lot closer than they were even just a matter of a few weeks ago, right? So that's the mayor's race.
Right.
How is the governor's race?
Let's take a look at that because the Public Policy Institute of California dropped a ton of data on us this week. I want to get into some. The governor's race, Javier Becerra, Democrat, leads at 23%. Next up, Republican Steve Hilton, 20%. Tom Steyer, Chad Bianco, and Katie Porter round out the top 5. 5 candidates hitting in double-digit percentage points. The survey also found most voters support the state's top 2 primary system. Also, more than half back a proposed tax on billionaires.
And so what are some of the other things that are standing up from these surveys?
Yeah, I thought this one was big. 45% of likely voters said the state's budget is a, quote, big problem. Earlier this month, Governor Newsom announced a revision to this year's budget, raising it to nearly $350 billion, which is the largest budget in state history. That issue definitely top of mind for people. A majority of those polled said they would rather pay less in taxes and have the state offer fewer services, which I find fascinating because, you know, when you talk to people in other states, so, you know, someone will have an issue and it's often, oh, we don't deal with that here.
Right.
Because it's been, you know, the state takes care of it. The city takes care of it. It's been legislated. But people are saying, forget it.
That's right. Okay, what else is on the top of mind for voters? Because we have seen like a mass exodus of people leaving California. Cost of living.
That's a big issue. Cost of living is a big issue. Inflation, housing costs, housing availability. 54% of Californians say the recent uptick in prices have caused financial hardship to themselves or overall their household.
And we're also hearing more about what people think on the federal level.
Because, of course, California is a part of the U.S., right? Sometimes it doesn't feel like that. Right? This is a big state. But when it comes to issues at the federal level, 30% of likely voters in California say they approve of the job Donald Trump is doing as president. 70% of likely voters disapprove of the war in Iran. And 80% of likely voters say they feel the country is, quote, generally going in the wrong direction. Remember, if you're planning on mailing in your ballot, it has to be postmarked by Election Day, June 2nd. County officials then have a week to get and process those ballots. It's simple. Take it to a Dropbox
That's right.
location
There's
and
many of
just
them.
slide it in
doesn't
there.
need a stamp, right?
That doesn't need a stamp. You just need to drop it in.
And they say it's marked official, these ballot drop boxes.
You can also look it up on the official site and find out exactly where they are. They're typically also on your ballot, the closest location.
Yep.
Outside of libraries, different public.
City Hall.
It's pretty simple. Yeah. You
That's
just
right.
Yeah.
pull up. There will be 4 cars in front of you, all with their flashes on. Back and forth going to just drop it in
Get out
there.
the votes. Maria says there's no excuse weather-wise because it's going to be nice that day. All right, let's go over to Stu. Check on our drive. Good morning.
Have you cast your ballot yet, Stu?
You know what? I'm going to stay away from politics, Bob. I mean, completely. I am impartial, and yes, of course, I voted. We're taking a look at where all that Costco gas is going that you guys were talking about a little bit earlier. That story really interested me. That's going to be the 405 drive, and this is going to be in Encino. And this Skybox traffic is brought to us by My Home Sold. Tough drive, yes. What happened to Friday Light? It was such a cool thing. You guys, you wrecked it. But you know what? At least it's a beautiful day. I don't think you're going to be running that AC. The weather's great. The sun is out, and the drive is slow. You're hitting the brakes from about Sherman Way all the way down to Sunset if southbound is your drive. Northbound, though, wide open and moving well. Let's take a look at some traffic hotspots.
Hi, I'm Adrian with My Home Sold, and we want to buy your house. We buy any house in any condition. No commissions, no closing costs, and no repairs. Go to myhomesold.com for a free same-day cash offer. That's myhomesold.com.
Sky Fox traffic.
Yeah, okay, so a Blue Origin rocket exploded on the launch pad during a hot fire test, is what it's called, last night at Cape Canaveral Space Station in Florida. In a statement to X, Blue Origin said it experienced an anomaly during the test and all personnel have been accounted for after the explosion. But this video is all over social media. It shows it. Jeff Bezos said it was too early to know the root cause, but the investigation is underway.
Pretty scary when you think that they want to send more and more people, civilians, into space.
That's right.
These things happen.
They got to work out those kinks.
Yeah, let's hope so. Here at home, they're getting ready to cruise into the weekend, and it's all for a great cause.
Yeah, LAPD is hosting a special car show in Woodland Hills aimed at raising money for traffic safety programs. Gigi Graciette is live there to tell us all about it. Good morning.
Good morning. If you love cars, this is going to be a great event. It's the 24th annual Valley Traffic Division Car Show and Safety Fair. Joining me now live, Captain Johnny Smith with LAPD's Valley Traffic Division. This is a great one-day event, family-friendly, free. We're going to stress that word, free. What are people going to see here at Warner Center Park tomorrow?
You're going to see a lot of cops are good with great gratitude, going to be available to talk about public safety, keeping people alive. But more importantly, or I should say that equally importantly, they're going to be entertained. We're going to have a Bruno Mars cover band here coming in from Las Vegas with horns and orchestra, plenty of food, great cars. We all know that Southern California car culture is second to none. The diversity of cars are going to be here. We're going to have some high-end exotic imports, American muscle. You see behind me the cars you're seeing. All cars have a story, and they represent their owners. And quite frankly, they represent the diversity of the city of Los Angeles, which we're blessed to have the tapestry of here, and it shows in their cars, the reflection of the car. So it's not one genre. You're going to see them all here, and it's going to be a great time.
And it's also going to be a safety fair, and you have a lot of important messages. You just want to remind folks of, unfortunately, in the San Fernando Valley, we see way too many accidents, fatalities, motorcycle crashes, hit and runs.
Yes, we have. So far, we're a little lower this year, but we've had 17 fatalities in the valley so far this year. We're trying to make sure that we curtail that. Well, one's too many, so we're trying to keep that but by educating people, making people aware. Sometimes you could be innocently looking at a phone and you run someone over, or we saw that fire truck that rolled over into the H&R Block there. I was responding to that, and that was just a lady who thought the emergency responders were already gone and moved over and swerved out of the way. So small things, will maybe not ill intent to have some serious consequences, and maybe the life you're saving could be your own by paying attention.
Right. And Captain, a lot of family fun here, but also you're going to have officers available to talk to maybe new parents to make sure that car seat in the back is safely secured.
I'm glad you asked. As a matter of fact, at Valley Traffic, we offer that service every Thursday. Give us a call, make an appointment, 818-644-8023. Make an appointment, and we will professionally install your car. Our officers are highly trained. They go through a week-long training to be certified at a professional level. They will put your car seat like no other, and we'd be happy to instruct you on how to do it. But more importantly, we'll do it for you.
That is so important for your new parents. So it's tomorrow, Warner Center Park, starting at 9 a.m. It's free. It's just 9 to 3 p.m. one day only.
Yes, it is. But please come on there. The weather's going to be beautiful. There's going to be a lot of cars, a lot of good music, a lot of good people there. And, and come and talk to a cop, and, we'll demystify the badge and realize that we work for you, and it's your LAPD that we serve.
All right, Captain Johnny Smith. Now, I want to give you a close look. Photographer Tony Butita, if you can show me those, just two. This is a sampling because there are going to be over 100 cars here tomorrow. You are looking at a 1969 Camaro. And if you're wondering, that color is called Hugger Orange, as in hug her orange. Right next to it, a 1967 Dodge Charger. That's a factory Dodge color. It's called Go Man Go. Go Man Go. But it's from 2007. The car is from 1967. And of course, all of these cars are brought here by car lovers, right, Captain?
Yes, they're car lovers, car enthusiasm. Every car's got a story, just like its owner. And they'll be happy to share them. Some cars will be available for kids to come in and sit in. Hugger Orange will be available for kids to come in and take pictures in the car. We're just trying to pass on to the next generation. And like I said, car culture is part of Southern California, and we're passing on to the next generation, along with hopefully passing on some safety tips.
All right, Captain Johnny Smith, LAPD's Valley Traffic Division, thank you very much. Tomorrow, 9 a.m., Warner Center Park, basically Topanga Canyon and Khalifa, not far from the 101. The event is free. Kids are welcome. It's going to be a great family fun event. And you heard the captain say there's going to be a cover band, a Bruno Mars cover band. Not Bruno himself, but the next best thing.
Oh. And
That's the latest from Woodland
and the captain
Hills.
also gave a forecast, too. He said it's going to be nice and sunny,
right.
and the weather's going to be nice there.
Right, and I think Maria Quibon confirmed that. It's going to be a beautiful day to come out to the park tomorrow. Have a great day.
Yeah.
It's free. I mean, you can't ask for better. And new moms, new dads, bring out that car seat, make sure it's installed correctly, or have a police officer from LAPD's Valley Traffic Division help you install it correctly.
Yeah, always good to double check too. All right, Gigi, thank you.
Right.
Gigi.
Wow.
Out there in Woodland Hills,
Lots of fun.
it's always like it's
Isn't
the
it the hottest spot
part,
in
right?
the valley?
Typically is, but the captain was right. Tomorrow it's going to be perfect with temperatures actually very close to average, maybe even just slightly above. So it's going to be very nice with some clouds in the morning and then giving way to sunshine in the afternoon. Today we're looking at some winds, yes, but no wind advisories in effect. We definitely have the onshore flow. You can see the arrows, right, coming from the ocean toward the land, and that is what's helping to bring us that slightly cooler air mass. So it's been really nice having this upper level low pressure system nearby. It's still giving us this chance for some light drizzle or light showers, perhaps through parts of Orange County right now, picking up on the radar some moisture in South OC and San Diego and the Inland Empire. Otherwise, high pressure behind it's going to build, and that is what's going to give us that drying trend, warming trend beginning this afternoon into the weekend. And well into next week, actually, high pressure will give us those temperatures back that are going to be above normal in the afternoon. So that's what we're looking forward to. But today, really nice, actually very comfortable. Temperatures still slightly below the average, about 69 in Inglewood. Looking at 70s in our valleys, and perhaps Woodland Hills 76 today to that 85 tomorrow. So it's just going to be perfect tomorrow. Not too hot, not too cold. Sunday, though, will get hotter in the valley, like Woodland Hills, into the low 90s. And then we'll stay in this pattern for the better part of next week. One more, Laguna Beach down into South Orange County, partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies first, and then giving way to a little more sunshine, I think, this afternoon, 66 degrees by 1 o'clock later today. All right, let's check in on traffic. We've got Samada back with a look at our freeways. Hey, Samada.
Good morning, Maria. Good morning, everyone. We do have a couple of issues working at this hour, and we're going to bring your attention to the latest accident just happened just moments ago. Southbound side of the 710 at Anaheim Street. Getting word of a semi versus a vehicle. And that vehicle is stuck underneath that semi, and it is going to delay you for quite a bit. Long Beach fire emergency crews are headed to the scene. Just make sure you plan accordingly for that. And another accident, the solo vehicle crash eastbound side of the 210 at Pennsylvania Avenue through the La Crescenta area. The freeway service patrol is going to be en route and going to assist that vehicle hopefully out of the center divider. Here's a look at real-time traffic. A little over half an hour your drive downtown through Mid-City to get to Santa Monica. Overall, not bad. I'll call this Friday light. West 60 from the 57 coming inbound. The live Caltrans camera look just the 5 at Park Ride at Jeffrey Road. Looking great through Irvine. And we'll be right back.
Look at this, a big attraction for World Cup fans. Just unveiled at the Santa Monica Pier. Fox Sports unveiling giant 40-foot inflatable versions of soccer stars Lionel Messi, Lamine Yamal, and Christian Pulisic. The larger-than-life displays are part of a nationwide promotion building excitement ahead of the FIFA World Cup.
It's amazing to see the World Cup fever, great partners all around, just getting super excited for it. And yeah, anyone who's in the area, we'd love you guys to come out. Ours is about 40 feet tall, so you can't miss them if you're in the Santa Monica area.
So the World Cup kicks off on June the 11th. It's just 2 weeks from tomorrow, and you can catch all of the action right here on Fox 11.
Giants of football. Hey, soccer fans, football fans, check your inboxes because today is the day some lucky Southern Californians will find out if they scored tickets to watch Team USA train in Irvine ahead of the World Cup. Wow. At 10 o'clock this morning, Irvine will begin notifying winners for the U.S. men's national team public practice at Great Park on June 8th. The event is free, but because of high demand, fans had to register for their spot through a random lottery process. If you do get that golden email, clock is ticking. You have exactly 72 hours to log in and claim your tickets, or they go back into the pot for a second round drawing that happens on June 2nd.
All right, with all due respect to Chicago and New York, some of the best pizza in the country is being served up right here in Southern California. This is according to a new ranking out there of the country's top 50 pizza places, and 3 local restaurants made the cut. Pizzeria Say in the Pico Robinson area came in at number 2 for a second year in a row. It won over critics and customers with its unique Tokyo-style Neapolitan pies. Orange County also getting some love. Dana Point's Truly Pizza landed in at number 4. I've never had any of these.
I would want to have a Pizzeria Say.
I want it. It's always hard to get. It's like impossible to get reservations there. Brooke did a live shot there and said it was amazing. Maybe we can.
Well, she knows a guy, so maybe
maybe she could help us. And then also you've got Nardo in Huntington Beach. It made the list at 25. This was recognized for its authentic Italian approach and coastal dining appeal.
Okay, so still ahead, the Cheech Marin Center is celebrating its 4th anniversary. Coco's there this morning.
Good morning. That's right. A major milestone here for the Cheech. Coming up, we're going to introduce you to some of the artists in the community gallery.
Friday.
Last weekend of May.
Last Friday, last weekend.
Go into
Crazy.
June.
Oh, and then election day is June 2nd.
And then World Cup.
World Cup, yeah, we have a lot going on.
The official, the real first day of summer is not,
Well, stay tuned.
not the unofficial.
The unofficial was Memorial Day. We
Right.
always sort of mark that unofficial start to
Yes.
summer, right? That holiday.
Agreed.
But the real, meteorological start to summer is typically June 1st, which is coming up on Monday.
Oh, Monday.
And then the astronomical start
Thank
is June 21st is the summer solstice.
Oh, look
so
at
that's
that. Which
you
is
see
Father's
something?
Day also.
Yeah.
See, that's what he sees. So,
But I see
so
you're looking at the wrong
together,
thing, Bob.
I know, Bobby's always not looking at the right place.
Right.
What am I looking at?
Look at the second one, Bobby. Look at this pumpkin.
Oh,
Summerween.
God.
That is a specially created graphic for Amanda.
Get that on. Let's get that going.
That's right. Summerween, June 22nd.
This is dedicated to Amanda.
Thank you.
Because we want to make sure you know when you can officially start.
Yeah.
To put your pumpkins out, the cobwebs.
Sun's out, pumpkins out.
Start toe dipping
Exactly.
a little bit.
June 22nd, so the day after the official start to summer. By the way, by the Father's Day and the summer solstice together will be on June 21st. And then, of course, we look forward to the 4th of July. That's coming up. It's a special one, 29 days. And we are entering some warmer days ahead, right? The month of June typically is when we see that real shift. However, today, we're still going to continue this trend of slightly cooler than average temperature. So we're going to probably add another blue box and then notice that, yes, we will end May on Sunday. We have had no rain, no measurable rain for the month of May thus far. So hopefully we'll get something maybe as we get into June and these summer months. Often we will get some storms coming from the tropics, which, by the way, this hurricane season, we are looking at a super El Nino, which could mean wetter than normal conditions for us. So we'll wait and see if that happens. But as far as our water year, which began in October, we have had some rainy months, just not the last couple of months. So we do have a surplus of almost 5 inches now here in downtown LA. 70 degrees was the high yesterday. Today we're expecting 71. Our sunset time is coming up 7:58. These are the highs we're expecting today. Really pleasant, actually. In the valley, Woodland Hills, just 76 with some sunshine. 71 in Burbank, 73 in Ontario. If you like it warmer, you can get to Palm Springs. It'll be around 84 there this afternoon. And wait for it, triple digits are on their way back to the Coachella Valley. I'll show you coming up my extended outlook. In the meantime, let's get another traffic update. Samada's got to look at our freeways and the roads out there. Hey, Samada.
Good morning, Marie. Good morning, everyone. It continues to be a really tough drive across Southern California, and it's a Friday. Typically, it should be Friday light. Not so much, unfortunately, through the Corona area. Northbound side of 15 at the 91, getting word of a motorcycle collision. It is taking away a couple lanes, and the CHP, of course, headed to the scene there, and we are picking up moderate delays already behind that collision. We're also checking out this Long Beach issue. We brought this to you earlier, where a vehicle is underneath a semi, and that collision has taken place and it is blocking multiple lanes. You can see here down to 4 miles an hour in terms of the backup, extending for a couple miles. Southbound side of the 710 at Anaheim Street. The Long Beach Fire Department emergency crews are rushing to the scene. Also, CHP responding to that incident as well. And look at the backup. This is heavily traveled by a lot of big rigs and semis, and you can see barely moving through the Long Beach area. Back to you guys.
Right, Samada, thank you. This June marks the 4th anniversary of the Cheech, Center for Chicano Art and Culture of the Riverside Art Museum.
Yeah, he's also turning 80. So says Coco McAvoy. She's live there at the Cheech with more. Good morning.
Good morning. That's right. We're here at the Cheech Marine Center for Chicano Art and Culture, and we're talking all about a major milestone celebrating 4 years come June. That's a big deal, and as you mentioned, the Cheech will be turning 80 as well, so another huge milestone. But the thing that I think is really special about this museum, too, is all of the artists. They're so talented, so I'm going to introduce you to 2 of them. I'm going to start with James here. So tell us about your artwork here in the Community Gallery.
Well, thanks for having us, Coco. Yeah, we're at the Altura Credit Union Gallery for the community at the Cheech Museum. And our show here, called Our Empire, with Marcus Mikado, is about our neighborhoods that we live in, the kind of relics that we kind of grew up seeing every day, day to day. And so we wanted to capture what that meant to us, and maybe it has a different story for someone else that lives here too. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, this is super cool. My photographer Armando and I noticed it immediately. We're like, we've seen that place.
Yeah.
So talk about what it means to you to be part of this gallery.
It's a special place where people come together and make it all happen, because it's not just one person. It's a team. It's a community that gives a space life, and it's special because the young adults and the young minds can see this and think to themselves, hey, maybe one day I can have a painting in a museum. And so this community gallery kind of gives it that breadth, and gives kind of like motivation for other artists too.
Absolutely, a lot of motivation. I want to get over here now to another incredible and highly talented artist, Marcus. I love your work. Good morning. Tell us about this piece.
So this is the McDonald's Museum off of East Street in San Bernardino. A lot of these paintings that, like as James was saying, we want to make these like unofficial landmarks, a spotlight where people can just discuss these areas that we grew up near. So like the Inland Empire is amazing. I'm so fortunate to grow up and live here, and we wanted to show these places that people see from day to day, and like we want to be able to discuss, like, what was your experience here? How did you know that? Like, it took me a while to even realize that we had a McDonald's museum in San Bernardino. So visiting it, seeing like the murals from Phil Ye and all that on the walls, just like what a treasure to be here. Yeah, what a treasure to like even paint this stuff. So come by the show, come check it out. Like see these other buildings that we have painted for you. And I really want to like open the discussion. Like, growing up here, like what are the experiences that you had seeing these these buildings, these structures, what do we do when these structures are gone, and how do we represent our own community? So I think that it's like really a spotlight to the Inland Empire in general. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, you're spotlighting it so well, and if you can talk about what it means to you to be part of this gallery.
Oh my gosh, well, the gallery has been so fortunate to like have us in the spot. Like, I don't know, man, like it's just as James was saying, being a young artist and stuff like that, seeing your artwork on the wall and being able to show other people that, you can do this, we can be here. Like, the museum is waiting for you to, like, make your work, make your voice heard, and showcase it. So we're very fortunate to be here. Awesome, Yeah.
Well, we're happy you're here. Okay, you have more artwork. You have a ton of artwork scattered across, so we want to get to some more over here. I think it was these two that you both wanted to highlight. So, James, tell us about this piece here.
This piece, I did it back in 2022, once the pandemic started, and I wanted to capture, that time in my life where I would take the train out to Los Angeles, just kind of like my own little adventure, and going out there and taking reference photos and making drawings of them. So that's why this location was special for me, with the Santa Fe kind of structure there, representing the train station here in San Bernardino. And just the movement, going back and forth between cities, and it's just a fun adventure for us.
Yeah, and it looks beautiful. The colors pop. And Marcus, I love this as well. So tell us about this artwork.
So yeah, the Santa Fe, as James was saying, this is the San Bernardino Depot station. This is where we see from our perspective of LA. This is our very first stop. Then it takes about an hour and a half to get to Union Station out there. So for us, it's really important to showcase that this is our side of the neighborhood. This is our territory. Like we are, this is what we see before we head out there and have our own adventure visiting LA. So this is, you see the Mount Vernon Bridge that they had just renovated. And so when I actually took this painting, the photo references, I was standing on top of the parking structure and decided, I'm not really getting the full picture. Being here at eye level is where I ended up finding it. And so you actually do get your own perspective of, like, before I hop on the train, before this emptiness, like before I start my next journey out to LA, this is what we see. So we're very fortunate to be here, very fortunate to see, like, we wanted people to see it and discuss it and say, like, what does the Inland Empire really have to offer? We have so much to offer. So we wanted to give you guys a point of view from what we see.
Well, I love that. Thank you so much, Marcus. Thank you so much, James, as well. So much talent between the two of them, and they are sparking a lot of conversation. It's really cool to see these sort of monuments that are throughout the Inland Empire, so you should come and check this out, too. The Cheech at the Riverside Art Museum is open every single day except for Mondays and Tuesdays, and again, celebrating a huge milestone in June with 4 years already. I'll send it back to you.
Incredible.
Gotta love it.
Coco, thank you.
Thanks, Coco. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Good morning to you. Ooh, I'm going to lean in a little bit because you know what day it is.
Yeah.
Lean in with me, shall we?
Yeah, let's lean in.
Entertainment, Bob. Yeah, entertainment sponsored by Yama Resort and Casino. Our poll question this morning, because before we get into Furry Friday, we're leaning in because we're asking you, would you choose a pet over a partner? Y'all were popping off in this poll. Let's take a look.
Can we see it? Can we see it? Can we see it?
Can we see it?
Can we see it?
69% are choosing their pets. Bet. We have 3 comments.
They can't fend for themselves, you know?
Right. You got to go to foxla.com/vote to have your say. Here are the comments. Are you ready? Steven, we got to meet you. Steven in Ontario. My partner is the best part of my life. She is my better half and makes me want to be a better person. She is my light in this dark world, and I couldn't ask.
No, just kidding.
Yeah, right. And I couldn't ask for a better mother and wife. My queen.
My queen. Ooh.
Amazing blessing.
Steven.
Steven. Now we need to see your photo with your wife.
Yeah.
Vanessa, my pets are my children. That's right, Vanessa.
It's a true statement.
Agreed.
That's right, babe.
It's my fur baby. And neither of the two. I choose my Dodgers.
Choose my Dodgers.
Okay. Love
He's
that.
got the Dodger dog.
David from San Bernardino.
Dodger dog, yeah. Well, thank you so much. Go to foxla.com/vote. We love reading your comments live right here on the air. And speaking of pets, it is Furry Friday. So good day, LA DJ. Can you please drop the meowsic, please? Let's see our first one. We got Coco. Let's take a look at Coco. What's on? Let's take a look at Coco.
Let's do that.
Oh, the pictures are not coming up right now, but trust me when I tell you, Coco's a cutie.
Coco is like...
You know what? We're going to have to get back to Furry Friday a little later. We're having a little technical difficulties.
Gosh, dang it.
I know.
Some gremlins up in the control room.
Yeah. But we'll figure it out. We'll fix it.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Just have to stay tuned.
You know what? We're not going to figure it out. We're the worst at trying to figure it out.
Bob, what's wrong with you? Come on, glass half full here.
Come on, Bob. Come on.
You know what? Samana's going to figure out what's going on out there with traffic. Hello.
Yeah, I will take over. It's a hairy situation out there. GDLA Traffic is sponsored by law offices of Jacob and Ronnie. Call jacob.com. And unfortunately, yes, we have slow and go conditions. We're going to take it out towards the Corona area. This is going to delay you quite a bit. So if you've got commute plans to head on that northbound side of 15 at Magnolia Avenue, it is going to be a tough drive. We do have, again, that motorcycle taking away at least 2 lanes of traffic. The emergency crews are on scene, and we are picking up right now just moderate delays of pretty much of a slowdown through that stretch. And over to Long Beach, huge delays here. If you've got a ride southbound 710 at Anaheim Street, a semi versus a vehicle. That vehicle is stuck underneath that semi, so we have plenty of emergency crews from the Long Beach Fire Department on scene, as well as CHP. And the miles per hour, you're looking at 4 miles an hour, backed up for at least 3 miles. Here's a look at the 15 at Ontario Avenue. Really slow and go conditions again on that northbound side due to that motorcycle collision. But the southbound side continues to move along. A much better looking freeway. How about in and out of downtown? The 10, the westbound 10 from the 5 headed towards Santa Monica. Just give yourself 35 minutes. And the northbound 110 from the 4-5, 22 minutes. Your drive westbound 60 at the 57 coming inbound 33 minutes. At least for downtown LA, you're looking at a much smoother drive. And here's a look at some other traffic hotspots.
So I do hot yoga every day. After the accident, my lower back was so stiff I couldn't move, and I called Jacob. They treated me like a king. I did not have to deal with anything. If you're in an accident, call Jacob. Call Jacob.
forget about today's hookup. Today, we want to hook you up with 4 premium Diamond Club seats to see the Angels take on the Rockies this Tuesday, June 2nd at Angel Stadium. Enter for a chance to win on our website, foxla.com/contest, or scan that QR code right there on the screen. All right, good luck to our viewers now.
And this weather is sponsored by the law offices of Larry H. Parker. What a view. This is Manhattan Beach, and look at the flags. A little bit of a breeze, a little windy condition there at the coast, but we're seeing some sunshine, so a little better clearing there. We do have some clouds still, that stratus, and a little bit of some sprinkle activity down to the south in Orange County and the Inland Empire. We've got this upper level low pressure system that's now starting to move away from us, and it will move away a little bit more as we get to the afternoon. So we are talking about some drying conditions and warming up a little bit today, but more so tomorrow as high pressure behind it will take its place. 3 to 5 foot sets rolling into parts of Ventura County beaches, 2 to 4 feet LA County, but with that stiff wind, a little bit of a wash with those waves coming in. OC the same, San Diego 2 to 4 feet, temperatures on the sand in the mid 60s. It is going to warm up, like I said, 71 today for downtown LA, 76 tomorrow. Look at how we'll get to the 80s beginning Sunday, and we're going to hang on to that heat as we get to next week. High pressure will be around, so we're going to continue to see the same pattern with some morning clouds and fog with lots of afternoon sunshine after we get through today. Similar conditions for the valleys, though 76 and comfortable today. 56 up into the mountains, that 10% chance for some light drizzle. 72 by Sunday, and then upper 70s for next week, the first week of June. 72 in the high desert, lots of sunshine. 90s will return there, and of course a little warmer in the Coachella Valley today, 84. But look at those triple digits returning Monday into the better part of next week. There's my weather. Back to you.
We figured it out.
We figured it out. Look at that. You want to eat your words today?
Yeah, look at that.
All right. Yeah, look at that.
Wow,
Hi.
look at us.
Look at us. Who would have thought? Okay, remember we told you about Furry Friday? We're back, baby. You know what day it is. TGIFF. Thank goodness it's Furry Friday. Where's my Good Day LA DJ? Let me get that meowsic. Thank you very much. We're kicking it off with Coco in Playa Vista. She's 5 months old. She's kissable, kind-hearted Coco. That's what her mama says. Next up, is there a doctor in the house? We've got Dr. Pepper and Guero from Boyle Heights. They're birthday buddies. Happy birthday to you both. Next, we've got Chewbacca in Victorville. The fur is strong. Bob, give me a Chewbacca.
What?
I don't know. What
Was
that?
I don't know.
Where's Art Talavera?
Is that how they spell Chewbacca?
That's how they spell Chewbacca.
Yes.
Next, we've got Lucy.
Lucy's so cute.
Her blanket might be Hello Kitty, but this Friday we're saying Hello Doggy. Lucy is adorable.
Yeah.
So cute.
So cute. Next, we've got Gustavo. Gustavo's going to the beach, but it looks like Gustavo wants you to what, Bob?
Wait. I need a signature for this package.
Yeah. I love that harness color, though. Thank you so much for sending it in. We also want to let you know about a fun event coming up. This one is One Big Day for Little Lives. It's the Mary S. Roberts Pet Adoption Center in Riverside. It's opening its doors for a first ever community event. It's on June 10th. This gives you plenty of time to put it in your calendar. This event gives the public a behind the scenes look at how homeless pets are cared for while they wait for loving homes. They're also looking to raise money for the center. For more information on the event or to donate, you can go to petsadoption.org. Look at that little face. And if you want to see your fur baby featured, you don't need a publicist. All you need to do is send me an email to furryfriday@fox.com. But don't forget, you got to send me a picture with their name and the city you live in so we can give you a proper shout out. We want to see where you're watching us.
That's right.
And we're still waiting for the hedgehog.
Yeah, we have not gotten a hedgehog.
I'll also take a hairless cat if I'm being honest.
A guinea
We've gotten a few hairless cats.
Have we ever had a guinea pig?
We have not had a guinea pig.
A hamster?
We've had a hamster. I would like a bunny.
Okay.
I would just like a bunny.
We've had some horsies.
We've had some horsies and some birds.
Yeah.
How about a snake?
Ooh.
Because I watch Euphoria.
That was interesting. Have you ever made up a late night or an excuse to not go on a late night outing?
This job.
I want all of us to be honest with ourselves and each other. According to Taco Research, the average American begins revolving their lives around their sleep schedule by age 32. Instead of saying no to an invite, a survey found some of the wildest excuses One person said they got arrested. Many people said their parents needed them. One even said they were abducted by aliens. This person's playing the long game because if you tell someone you got abducted by aliens, they're never asking you to go out again.
No.
Around 41% of adults have told loved ones not to invite them at certain times so they could sleep. I think we all agree that sleep is very important to anybody, right?
Yeah, that's
Jen,
fair.
blink twice if you've ever used your son as an excuse not to go out.
Again, gonna blink my lashes off my face. So sorry if you gotta use it, right?
You haven't used it, right?
Yeah.
Bob, have you ever
There's
used
probably
your dog?
probably truth to it. My dog? No. You have? My dog's sick?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
Just my dog needs me.
Needs me.
Why?
My dog's having
Why? This is someone who doesn't have a dog asking that question.
Okay. Ladies, have you ever used your child as an excuse not to go out?
Let's see those blinks.
100%. I've used my children against you guys.
Now, wait a minute now. Too far.
All right. A close finish for the National Spelling Bee, right? The champion is from right here in Rancho Cucamonga. He's joining us this morning. Coming up, can't wait to chat with him.
And the World Cup buzz is building. We'll show you how you can celebrate before that first whistle.
a.m. on this Friday morning. I'm Roxy Carpadian.
And I'm Sandra Endo. Thanks for joining us. All right, Maria, now the sun is going to come out, right, for the weekend?
Yeah, I feel like the sun's out in the studio.
The sun is out, you guys. Yes, we have still a mix of some sunshine and some clouds, and there's some light sprinkles out here. As you can see, parts of Orange County, the Inland Empire. But you know what? The last few frames, it's actually improving, and we're starting to see some breaks in the clouds. So we are expecting drying conditions, a drying trend and a warming trend as we get to the afternoon, and certainly by the time we get to the weekend and into next week. 61 currently in Burbank, 61 in Corona, 44 in Big Bear, to that 72 in Palm Springs. Today's highs ranging from around 84 in the low desert, 72, as you can see, in the high desert areas, the mountains, 56 degrees. You guys should see what Bob and Amanda and Jen are doing here just to my right. They are so crazy. Okay, 67 along the coast, 71 for downtown LA. I'll show you the rest of the forecast when I come back. In the meantime, I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Maria, thank you. A judge will hear evidence this morning on why the mother of baby Emmanuel should stand trial for the boy's disappearance and apparent death in the Inland Empire last year.
Let's go to Mario right now, standing by in Riverside. Mario.
Roxy, Sandra, Rebecca Haro is being held on $1 million bail. She's been charged with falsifying a police report and second-degree murder, and that preliminary hearing hasn't started yet. We know Jeff Moore, her defense attorney, is inside the courtroom along with Riverside County Sheriff's detectives who've been handling the case. It's possible that they could testify here as part of that preliminary hearing. Now, take a look. You can see her here, 42-year-old Rebecca Haro. She has maintained her innocence throughout this case, pleading not guilty, and she returns to court today where a judge could decide if there's enough evidence to put her on trial for the murder of her 7-month-old son, Emmanuel. Prosecutors say she helped her husband, Jake Haro, cover up the baby's death. This case drew national attention last August after baby Emmanuel was reported missing, and a massive search effort got underway. But investigators soon said her story didn't add up. Haro claimed a stranger abducted the baby while she was changing his diaper outside a Big 5 store in Yucaipa. 8 days later, she and her husband were arrested at their Cabazon home. Jake Haro later pleaded guilty in October to second-degree murder and child assault and is now serving his sentence, 32 years to life. Prosecutors now argue Rebecca Haro knew or suspected her son was being abused and helped to create a false kidnapping story to conceal what was really happening. Emmanuel's body never found, and again, she has now been charged with second-degree murder and filing a false police report. She could face 15 years to life in state prison if convicted. So if that testimony wraps up today, a judge could make a decision on whether or not she'll stand trial as early as this afternoon, and we'll keep you posted. For now, here in Riverside, Roxy and Sandra will send it back to you.
And Mario, what's the most important piece of evidence prosecutors are expected to present during this preliminary hearing?
Well, this is, again, focusing on Rebecca Haro, and prosecutors say when it comes to her case, they're really looking at what she knew and when she knew it. There are recent court filings as recent as last month that show there were visible signs of traumatic brain injury and child abuse, and that showed up in possible seizures, frequent abnormal eye movement, and some other issues there. A forensic pediatric specialist could actually testify, arguing that those symptoms showed up over time and that Rebecca Haro should have known taking care of that child. So they're accusing her of not stepping in and protecting her son and falsifying that report that initially led investigators on the wrong path.
And so Jake Haro has already been convicted, but what do we know about his history when it comes to child abuse?
Yep, prosecutors say this is not the first time he's been accused of hurting a child. There was a case back in 2023 that involved an infant from a previous relationship, and we do know that court records show that child suffered broken ribs, a fractured skull, and was permanently disabled. And back then, prosecutors had been pushing for a 6-year prison sentence, but the judge handling the case, well, he decided to issue a work release program and put him on probation instead. And Mike Hestrin, the Riverside County DA, has repeatedly criticized that decision, saying that if he was in prison, if the judge were more harsh, that, you know, baby Emmanuel might be alive today. So we'll be following this here in the courtroom. I'm going to head up there and we'll have another update at the next hour.
So tragic on so many levels. All right, Mario, thank you. The Garden Grove chemical tank emergency now moving into the next phase. The Orange County Fire Authority is handling things over to the County Health Care Agency to serve as the lead authority when it comes to the cleanup and removal of waste from the GKN aerospace plant. Some 50,000 people in Garden Grove and neighboring cities were evacuated last week for several days when that chemical tank threatened to overheat and explode. But that crisis was averted by Tuesday, and the last of the evacuees were actually cleared to go home by Wednesday.
The former mayor of Arcadia will appear in federal court this morning to change her plea to guilty to charges of secretly working as an agent for China. 58-year-old Eileen Wang stepped down as the city's mayor and resigned from the city council when felony charges were announced earlier this month. According to her plea agreement, she and her then-fiancé, Mike Sun, operated a website on which they posted articles favorable to Beijing, as instructed by the Chinese government. It happened without prior notification to the U.S. government as required by law. It also occurred before she was elected to the city council. Now she faces up to 10 years in prison. Her former fiancé is now serving a 4-year sentence for the same charge.
Election day fast approaching, and millions of votes have already been cast through early voting and mail-in ballots.
Brooke, you're here to break down the latest.
Yeah, should we start with the mayor's race?
Let's do that.
Okay, let's take a look at the latest polling. We have some for you here from UC Berkeley, LA Times. The poll shows Mayor Bass at 26%, Nithya Raman at 25%, Spencer Pratt right behind that at 22%. You know, Raman and Pratt each surged by like 8 percentage points since the March survey. Bass pretty much stayed flat. It'll be interesting to see if Governor Newsom's pretty late in the game endorsement makes any sort of shift. We will see. Things have shifted so much that it's really up in the air, right, to see who gets the top two. Also, yeah.
So that's the mayor's, right? What about the governor's race?
Let's talk about that next. So the Public Policy Institute of California, they dropped a ton of data, truly, this week. The governor's race sits with Democrat Javier Becerra at 23%, still on top there. Republican Steve Hilton at 20%, Tom Steyer, Chad Bianco, Katie Porter all rounding out the top five. 5 candidates all sitting at double digits. The survey also found most voters support the state's top 2 primary system, and also more than half back a proposed tax on billionaires.
What else stood out for you in terms of the polling and what the survey said?
So one big thing that I thought was interesting, 45% of likely voters said the state's budget is a, quote, big problem. Earlier this month, you know, Governor Newsom announced a revision to this year's budget, which raises it to nearly $350 billion, making it the largest budget in state history. That issue is definitely top of mind for people. A majority of those polled actually said they would rather pay less in taxes and have the state offer fewer services. I thought that was fascinating.
The taxes are high. Okay, so what about anything else that voters care about?
Yeah, you were probably not surprised by this list. Top of mind, cost of living, inflation, housing costs, housing availability. 54% of Californians say the recent uptick in prices have caused financial hardship to themselves or even their household.
So you talk about the state level. How about the federal level?
Yeah, I looked at that too. When it comes to issues at the federal level, 30% of likely voters in California say they approve of the job Donald Trump is doing as president. 30%. 70% of likely voters disapprove of the war in Iran, and 80% of likely voters say they feel the country is, quote, generally going in the wrong direction. Remember, if you're planning to mail in your ballot, it has to be postmarked by Election Day, June 2nd. County officials then have a week to get and process those ballots. It's just easier here to just drop it in one of those ballot boxes.
Yeah,
simple as that. You don't have to worry about anything else.
And then post your I voted sticker, right,
and
on your
take a
social
picture.
media.
Right. Though you don't even have to ask for it anymore, right? It's right there with you. Yeah. I voted in my living room.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, Brooke, thank you. Let's check in with Maria.
Let's talk about traffic now. Good Day LA Traffic is brought to you by DTLA Law Group, accident and injury attorneys. We're going to zoom into one of our live traffic cameras here. This is the northbound 57 at Tonner, and it looks like it's moving nicely at this hour. So that's the good news. Friday, light-ish, if I will say it here on the North 57. How about coming in and out of downtown LA? On that West 10 freeway between the 5 to the 405, going towards Santa Monica, it's just about 30 minutes. That's actually pretty good. Northbound 110 between the 405 to the 10, 19 minutes there. And on that West 60 between the 57 to the 5, 30 minutes on that ride. All right, let's take a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DT LA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
Oh, feels like summer, looks like summer.
It must be summer. Not yet, according to Maria.
No, not too fast.
Maria's over us today.
Yeah, Maria says not until later in June.
Okay. Ladies, I have a really touching story I want to share for entertainment today. Entertainment sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. Last year, you may remember that I shared that I attended my first official art fair, remember? I was excited about it. And there I met and learned about an inspiring artist named Sarkis Alvandi. I was truly touched by how much his daughter, Leah, loved, supported, and believed in him. So much so that she reached out to me to share that he is having an art exhibition tonight and tomorrow, 7 to 10 p.m. tonight and 2 to 6 p.m. tomorrow. I want to tell you about Sarkis. He's an 82-year-old artist who was a former taxi driver for about 35 years. He would doodle on the back of his trip logs, and his art would be in the trunk. And now this weekend, it is on display.
Oh, I love that
and I wanted to share this with you. It's free. Here are the details. It's called Colorful Life, presented by Sarkis Alvandi. Again, it's tonight and tomorrow. It's at the Center for Armenian Arts, and it's a beautiful celebration of art, culture, and community. And you can get your first 90 minutes of parking free on
That is a
Orange
big
Street.
deal.
It is a deal, and then $2 each additional hour. But I know that you've seen his art.
Well, I have one with me.
In our office.
I would have brought it.
I know. Take
you
it
didn't
off.
tell me you were doing it.
Well, surprise. Yes. Because we like a natural reaction and real. But I'm so touched. Obviously, he's a very talented artist, and this is a beautiful celebration. But it makes me tear up because I try to encourage my dad to still pursue his dreams, because I know a lot of our family made sacrifices to raise their kids. And when she reached out to me to ask me to share about her father's art show, I couldn't think of a better story today to share, because I remember my dad wrote a screenplay, and as a daughter, you're so grateful for the sacrifices your family made to put food on the table and to support you and your dreams. And this is such a good reminder, Leah, to remind our parents that it's never too late for their dreams.
And then the added layer in this instance, I'm sure when you immigrate to a new country, you can't really do what you were doing oftentimes. What you're
originally
trained to do, what your career is, right?
Yeah.
Oftentimes people have to go and choose a different path. And it's nice that, his talent is being celebrated.
So talented. And it's a free event for the whole family. And I think this is just a good reminder. Anytime you say, oh, it's too late for me, or, oh, at my age. No, he's 82. He has an art exhibition this weekend, a huge one. And I hope a lot of people turn out to support Sarkis, because we can all learn a lot from his
at
journey.
82, starting a new chapter, right? Because many more shows to come after this.
And again, it's a free event. The art's not free, but the event to attend and admire it is free. So hope you all can attend. Show him some love online as well. Sarkis Alvanti. Okay, now from that to this is our poll question this morning. Let's take a look. The results are to be determined, but
You're such a
it's back. Today's a funky Friday. If you had to choose your pet or your partner, 70% are saying
wow. Wait, like in what situation? Choose for what? Like if the house was burning down? Or
wow. No, let's not go.
Wow.
What are you talking about?
I'm saving them both. I'm dragging them both out.
Right, exactly.
No, I think this had to do with a story regarding allergies, right?
It's a story regarding allergies.
Okay, that is very different.
It's not that dark. We do have one comment from Debbie in Van Nuys who says, I don't have a partner or an animal. I'm just fine with my pillows and blankets. You know what, Debbie?
You go, girl.
For you. Your life is simple, and you save a lot on vet bills. I'll tell you that.
Very funny.
Go to foxla.com/vote and let us know. But leave us those juicy comments, because a lot of people were saying their pet.
I know, like the poll was saying.
If you love your spouse, chime on into the poll today and let us know what you have to say.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. There is a new Spelling Bee champion this morning. 2 Southern Californians made it to the finals, but only one of them came out victorious.
PRAGLIN.
Homeland.
HOMELYN.
Chikungunya.
CHIKUNGUNYA.
Wyeth.
UAYEB.
Paremia.
PAROEMIA.
Trey, you are the 2000.
Unbelievable.
Is incredible.
Wow.
14-year-old Shrey Parikh right there representing San Bernardino County, taking home the trophy after winning in a tiebreaker spell-off. He set a new record by correctly spelling 32 words, and Parikh is taking home more than $50,000 in cash and prizes, and his victory marks only the 3rd spell-off in the Bees' history. So he'll be joining us live in just a few minutes. Can't wait for that.
Not only a champ, but he set a record. That's pretty amazing. Made history.
Gosh.
I'm so impressed, and I just got stressed by watching that.
Imagine his parents.
I got sick. They actually said we could just go home.
Unbelievable.
They said, you guys are good.
Okay, so thanks, Amanda. So after all the buzz at the National Spelling Bee, you might be thinking, hey, tricky words, they're just for kids. No. Adults are getting stumped every single day by words that kind of surprised me that people are stumped by this. So the website Unscrambler looked at Google searches for things like, how do you spell the word we had the most trouble spelling was bougie this year. I have a feeling people want to do a J instead of a G. That's my guess. That was the search that had been searched more than 134 times, 1,000 times, that is. Other words on that list, you had favorite, through, business.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then here in California, we had our own standout. The word we couldn't spell correctly. I don't get this, but different.
Really?
Different. So I can spell all these, so I'm very proud of myself.
Yeah.
And I'm a terrible speller. Anything else, I'll probably get wrong.
You know what word trips me up? Bureau.
Okay.
Don't ask me to spell it. I have to look to see it. But, right? There's too many, like, E's and U's and A, right? Anyone with me?
Yeah, no, I'm thinking, I have to write it too. B-U-R-E-A-U. Is that right?
I think so.
Is that right?
Oh, that sounds right
yes?
to me.
Okay, great.
Right? Isn't it a tricky word? How about phenomenon? Or is that just tricky to say?
Just tricky to say. Wait, I have to write it. P-H-E-N-O-M-A. Or M-N-A. M-N-A.
Phenomenon.
Oh, no! Phenomena, I said. That's what I spelled. Okay. How about subtle?
S-U-B-T-L-E.
Yeah. Kids have a tough time with that one.
Subtle. All right.
We're out of time. Maria will have the forecast coming up. Oh, also, don't forget about today's hookup. Today, Good Day LA wants to hook you up with 4 premium Diamond Club seats to see the Angels take on the Rockies. That's Tuesday, June 2nd, happening at Angel Stadium. Enter for a chance to win. Go to our website. That's foxla.com/contest, or you can link through the QR code right on your screen.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. Good Day LA weather is sponsored by Pechanga Resort Casinos. What a beautiful view. Outside our studio, this is our rooftop camera looking towards Century City. And you can see that there's some blue sky there, as well as those white puffy clouds. We have a mix of clouds and some sunshine. And we did have some light showers earlier this morning, but most of it is now pushing to our south. But there's still a little bit of instability left. Rotating around this area of low pressure. That little upper level low is going to continue to move towards the east, and it's going to take that instability with it. So we are looking at improving conditions and drying conditions as we get to the afternoon. And then behind that area of low pressure, an area of high pressure will build, and then we'll get a slight offshore flow, which will help to clear out those clouds in the morning, which we will expect to see over the next several days, to mostly sunny skies in the afternoon. So that means our temperatures are going to warm up as well, not just this weekend, but through the week next week. The onshore flow has been good for us and our air quality, so we have been getting some good air quality across SoCal, so a lot of green dots on the map here. Temperatures today warming up a couple degrees in some areas, but generally still slightly below normal. Around 69 in Inglewood today. If you're headed to Fresno, 77 there, 58 in Mammoth Lakes, to that 75 in Sacramento with a little more sunshine this afternoon. Simi Valley, we've got some clouds coming in this afternoon, as you can see. 68 at noontime to around 69 at 2 p.m. I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Maria. McDonald's getting in on the World Cup frenzy. The fast food giant posting this on X, previewing its upcoming Happy Meals. They will include Squishmallows wearing the jerseys of the different countries playing in the tournament. The Happy Meals will be available starting June 9th. The World Cup kicks off on June 11th. And of course, as we've been saying, you can catch all the action right here on Fox 11.
I guess I'll be getting a lot of Happy Meals at McDonald's. All right, and the World Cup fever can now be found in your mailbox. The U.S. Postal Service releasing a new forever stamp to celebrate this year's biggest sporting event. The North American Soccer stamp features a player in midair kick with an all-time famous goal call coined by Latin American announcers, which was also popularized in the 1990 World Cup. It's a nod to the long history of the sport and the growing popularity right here in the United States. So these stamps are available now in a sheet of 20.
Oh, they're cool. I like that.
Very nice.
9:26 still to come. The Cheech Marin Center celebrating its 4th anniversary. Coco is there. Hi there.
Good morning. That's right. We're celebrating a major milestone here at the Cheech with the legend, the Cheech, and also incredible artist Israel. We will introduce you to both of them and show you Israel's amazing artwork coming up.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Feels so good to say that.
That's right.
Well, especially for us. You were off. You had like a 3-day work week.
Short week this week, but it's still nice to say happy Friday.
All right. Happy Friday to you. It's going to be a good weekend.
It will be. Actually, we're going to start to warm things up a little bit this weekend. And as you know, this is the last weekend of the month of May. We will welcome a new month on Monday. I know June is pretty much here. And other holidays we're looking forward to. So let's check out what is next on the page here.
Oh, Father's Day.
So we got Father's Day.
Is it just me, or does Father's Day feel like it's later?
It's always the third Sunday, isn't it, of the month? So it can vary, right, from year to year. But we have Father's Day and the summer solstice coinciding on June 21st. So that's in 23 days. And then the next day, this graphic is for Amanda. She's not here, but Summerween is now becoming a thing, isn't it? No.
Let us have our summer.
You're making it a thing.
Get out of here.
No, apparently, if you look it up, Summerween is coming up in 24 days.
That's so confusing.
All right, I'll move on to 4th of July, 36 days until we celebrate, of course, our beautiful country. Decreasing marine layer, that's what we are looking into for the weekend. So we will get a little more sunshine, we'll get some mild temperatures and a drying and warming trend as we get to this weekend into next week. We've had all over the place here with the month of May. We've had some cool days, some hot days, some normal days. But yesterday we got to 70 degrees for downtown LA. So that's still below the average. We have not had any measurable rain for the month of May, as you can see, and I think we're going to end the month with that, 0. However, we did get a lot of rain earlier in the season, so we still have a surplus of a little less than 5 inches. 71 degrees is what we're expecting today. So we're going to warm it up a little bit in some areas, a little closer to that average of 74. And our sunset time just before 8 p.m. tonight, 7:58. Here are the highs today. Not bad, right? 76 in Woodland Hills. Kind of cool in Santa Ana, 69, 75 in Riverside, to the warmer 84 in Palm Springs. It will get warmer, like I said. So when I come back, I'll show you those warmer temperatures. I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Maria. A Blue Origin rocket exploded on the launch pad last night at Cape Canaveral, Florida. So the good news is no one was hurt during the incident, but it is a setback for the company, which is owned by Jeff Bezos. This is the type of rocket that Blue Origin intends to use for bringing astronauts to the moon for NASA. NASA called the explosion an anomaly, and an investigation is underway. So this was a test. It was just a test, but this was the result of that test.
Right, but that rocket and launch pad now destroyed. They're going to figure out what went wrong. All right, one person is dead and another in critical condition after a skydiving accident in Riverside County. So this was the scene in Paris yesterday afternoon. A statement from the manager of the skydiving service says 3 experienced skydivers from overseas did a jump together, but it appears 2 of them collided during their free fall. They landed in fields along the 215 freeway, and the 3rd skydiver did land safely.
Another Orange County mother could face charges after her teen was caught riding an illegal e-motorcycle. Body cam footage captures the incident earlier this month. Newport Beach police say the teen was riding into oncoming traffic and also has a history of reckless behavior. Authorities warn parents they will be held responsible for minors riding souped-up e-bikes and motorcycles. You may recall a mother in Aliso Viejo facing involuntary manslaughter charges for an incident which involved her son. Authorities say his e-motorcycle crashed and killed an 81-year-old substitute teacher last month.
And Orange County has been cracking down on all illegal e-bike and e-motorcycle use. Since January, the OC District Attorney's Office has filed charges against 3 parents, including involuntary manslaughter charges against a mother after her 14-year-old son hit and killed a Vietnam veteran. Now she faces 7 years and 8 months in prison if convicted. California law distinguishes between e-bikes and e-motorcycles. A bike is considered an e-motorcycle if it has a motor exceeding 750 250 watts, goes more than 20 miles per hour on motor power alone, and if it doesn't have pedals. E-motorcycles must be registered with the DMV, and riders must be 16 years or older and have a license.
If you're looking for some family fun this weekend and you'll be in Woodland Hills, hey, we got a spot for you to check out.
That's right. The LAPD is hosting an event that features classic cars and key traffic safety tips. Gigi Graciette live in Woodland Hills to tell us all about it. Gigi.
And this is going to be a very fun family event. It's free, starts tomorrow at 9 a.m. It's the 24th annual LAPD Valley Traffic Division Safety Fair. And if you love cars, especially muscle cars, you are going to be in for a treat. Take a look at this beauty, 1966 Mustang Coupe, only 4 owners. The 4th owner sitting inside. He's going to start it up. Let's see what this beauty sounds like. Look at that, 1966. This is Rick Samalot's labor of love. Rick, this was your dad Jack's car. He left it to you, and you call it your labor of love.
That is no question. Yes, we love this thing, and we've been taking care of it since 2013 and having a great time with it. Also, we're in the club, the Mustang Owners Club of California, which helps us when we go to events, car runs, rallies, poker runs, car shows. It's a great time.
You're going to be here tomorrow. A lot of kids. Kids are welcome. What's the number one question you get about your car?
Actually, I don't get questions. I usually say, hey, thumbs up.
Or they want to sit in it and drive it around.
Yeah, why not, huh?
Rick Samalot, beautiful gift from your dad, Jack. Let's walk over. Photographer Tony Butita, show me this beauty over here. This is a 1964 Chevy Impala Super Sport. It's owned by Marshall Cooley. The color, dark hunter green metallic. That's actually a Camaro color, but Marshall loved it so much, he had it put on the Chevy Impala with those ghost stripes. Now, joining me now live, Sergeant Eric Swihart from LAPD's Valley Traffic Division. This is going to be a fun event, and you're going to have your officers here tomorrow because you also want to get out an important message.
Yes, that is correct, Gigi. So we're promoting community traffic safety here. This is our Still Saving Lives Traffic car show, 24th, like you said earlier. So we're looking forward to having a lot of awesome displays out here for kids, families, static displays. Probably between 150, maybe up to 200 cars to show. So definitely bring the families out here tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful day. We're looking at probably 80 degrees tomorrow, which is a wonderful change.
And you said this is a great event for the kids. It's a great event for the big kids like you, because I've seen all the officers here, and you guys are all talking cars today.
Absolutely. We all, work in traffic. We deal with cars all day. We all love old cars, new cars, all the wonderful things here. And a lot of people put a lot of labor of love here to show their vehicles off, and we're looking forward to seeing them all.
And there's going to be a cover band, a Bruno Mars cover band. Again, it's free at Warner Center Park starting at 9 a.m., 9 to 3 p.m. tomorrow. And also, Sergeant, you're going to have officers here that are ready to help any new parents, any other parents that need help with their car seats. Car seats are such a huge issue, and installing them correctly is the biggest part, right?
That is correct. So a lot of people think, oh, I got this car seat from a store, I know how to put it in, but we have officers actually go through extensive training to learn how to safely inspect them, install them for new parents or expecting parents, or maybe the parents have the kid for a year and just want to make sure that their child seat is installed correctly.
So come to Warner Center Parking starting tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Again, it's free. It's a family fun event. You're going to have police officers. You're going to have motor officers like the sergeant here, so the kids can talk to the police officers, learn about what they do, see their motorcycles and police cars up close. That's always exciting for kids. What's the number one question you get from kids?
Normally about my motorcycle is how fast does this go?
How fast does your motorcycle go, sir?
I can't tell you that.
Oh, it's a secret?
It is.
An industry secret?
Absolutely.
All right. Sergeant Swihart, thank you very much. LAPD's Valley Traffic Division, 24th Annual Safety Fair here at Warner Center Park. This is on Topanga Canyon and Khalifa. Plenty of street parking, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Only one day tomorrow, Saturday, and you can see all these amazing cars. Give them another look at this lowrider, because this really really is a beauty. This is just a sample. As Sergeant said, tomorrow there's going to be about 100 cars here. These are all volunteers. These are people. It's a labor of love, like you heard Rick Samalot say. Truly a labor of love maintaining these cars. Again, tomorrow, Saturday, Woodland Hills, 9 to 3 p.m. I'll send it back to you.
They're all so beautiful, those classics. Gotta love them. All right, Gigi, thank you. Now, this June marks the 4th anniversary of the Cheech Marin Center for Chicano Art and Culture of the Riverside Art Museum.
Coco McAvoy is live at the Cheech with more. Hi, Coco.
Hey there, the Cheech Marin Center for Chicano Art and Culture is just fascinating. So much talent, amazing artists, and founded by the legend, the one, the only, the Cheech. Such an honor to see you again, the Cheech. And tell us about this monumental milestone in June. It's going to mark 4 years already for this.
4 years, it went by like well, I can't say, but it went by very quickly, and every time I come in here, it's like a new show, you know, and I get to see pieces I haven't seen in years and years. I bought them, put them in storage, and now they get to see the light of day, or the light of inside anyways, here in Riverside.
Yes, we're celebrating the Cheech in June, but we're celebrating you, the Cheech, in July, right? 80, another milestone.
So, yeah, that's right, kids. Be sure to make it here.
And talk about, you know, you're such a champion for Chicano art and making sure that it's highlighted. Why is that so important to you?
Well, because that have been ignored previously for so long, and it's a vital part of our cultural history in the United States. And we're always united behind the saying of Chicano art is American art. It's not separate from. It is part of the American art scene for years. It has been. And so we just want to celebrate that. You know, not stick it in your face, but celebrate that in a wonderful, beautiful museum here in Riverside. And, you know, it was the best thing that I ever did to join up with the town.
Well, we're so happy you did it, and I know we want to be introduced to one of the amazing artists, right?
Israel. Yes. Garcia.
Yes. Israel, thank you so much for talking to us. I told you when I walked in, I was blown away by this artwork. It is just so moving, so fascinating. Tell us about the message behind it.
Thank you. Yeah, I think for me, you know, it is a self-portrait. I think it's very hard to take myself away from the story, so I consider myself a storyteller, and I think I'm really talking about my immigrant history and experience, and not only myself, but the displacement and the connections that we lose as we migrate. Yeah. You know, which I think a lot of people miss and lose the connection of that information.
Yes, and I want you to tell us about some of the details, such as this timer and these shoes here too.
Well, for me, I think I wanted to, same thing, I think there's a huge disconnect about what is taking place at the U.S.-Mexico border as we live in the interior. I think there's a way where we forget what's taking place, and we don't realize that there's daily deaths happening from individuals that are looking for a better life. I know that's what my parents were looking for, and I know most of the people were as well, and I think I wanted, as we view the piece, we get counted as viewers, giving them and reminding ourselves that there's somebody being counted. So each dot that you see is actually a GPS where remains were found. Wow. And it just gives you a concept, I think, as you step back and get closer, of the mass. And it keeps on growing.
Right.
And it keeps on growing, I think, as we go. So for me, I think I wanted to really reconnect that history and those diasporas that are taking place both sides of the border. You know, as they suffer as they're coming in, we suffer from this side.
Yeah. And just what it means to you to be featured in such a prominent way inside of the Cheech.
It's amazing. It's amazing to call LA my home, now Kansas City my studio practice, but to come back home and to be part of such an amazing collection. It's kind of what we look for. We kind of want our stories to be told, and I think, as Cheech mentioned, it is an American story, and I think we need to be heard as much as anybody else.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so glad that you're sharing your art with us. Thank you so much, Israel. Truly just beautiful and moving. Thank you to the Cheech as well, who is responsible for this amazing establishment that if you haven't been to yet, by the way, you really need to come and see it. It is open every single day except for Mondays and Tuesdays, so make sure to come here to Riverside to experience all of this American art culture. I'll send it back to you.
Perfect. Very good. Thank you so much, Coco. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. All right, let's talk about our weekend weather now since it's Friday. We've had this trough of low pressure with us pretty much all week, giving us this onshore flow. Well, that area of low pressure giving us some breezy conditions, milder temperatures, finally going to push off to the east, and high pressure behind it will build, and that will help produce some warmer temperatures. But today, still going to be close to, if not slightly below the average, 62 to 67 on the sand, with those surf heights anywhere from 3 to 5 Ventura County beaches to around 2 to 4 feet for LA County into Orange County, San Diego. Here is our 7-day forecast. 71 for downtown LA, inland Orange County. There's still a slight chance we could see some light drizzle today as that area of low pressure still spinning nearby, but it will be out of here. Tomorrow we will jump up to the upper 70s and then 80s for the remainder of the 7-day forecast, and it looks like it's going to stay dry all through next week. 76 for the valleys and the Inland Empire, very comfortable. 92 though by Sunday. We're going to hold on to those upper 80s, low 90s through next week.
Morning clouds and some fog, perhaps, the typical onshore flow pattern, but a very weak or shallow marine layer. And then we'll get plenty of sunshine, especially up into the mountains. It's going to get up to the upper 70s by next week. High desert areas, 72, jumping up to 91 on Sunday, and then out towards the Coachella Valley, 84, comfortable, below average in Palm Springs, to the 90s this weekend, and then triple digits as we get into next week. So it's going to get sizzling hot. I'll send it back to you, too.
Thank you, Maria. All right, the U.S. has a new spelling bee champ this morning.
2 students from Southern California made it to the finals, but only one could wear the crown.
Praglin.
Homeland.
Hymlyn.
Chikungunya.
Chikungnya.
Waya.
Uayeb.
Paremia.
Paroemia.
Trey, you are the Twitter.
My
hands are sweaty.
I know.
Just listening to them. 14-year-old Trey Parikh, representing San Bernardino County, took home the trophy after winning a tiebreaker in that spell-off you saw right there. He set a new record by correctly spelling 32 words, and his victory marks only the 3rd spell-off in the Bee's history.
And Trey is joining us live this morning. Hi there. First of all, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Amazing. We're so proud of you. All right, let's go back, not too far back in time. What was going through your mind when they announced that you were the winner? How were you feeling? Describe that moment.
To be honest, I was just really excited and relieved. And I was just really, really happy overall. It was a great moment.
Yeah.
But it came down to a spell-off. Only the 3rd time in Bee history that there was a spell-off, and you managed to answer 32 words correctly and spell them correctly, which was a record, no less. What was going through your mind? Did you know that, gosh, this is pretty historic here. We're going for a long time.
To be honest, I didn't know, like, anything after the spell off. I was kind of scared when they took me to the room because I didn't know what was going to happen, but I think I just tried to get as many words as I could correct, and it paid off.
Okay, so when you heard that word bromocriptine, and I hope I'm saying it correctly, did you know that word instantly?
So I took like a second to process it, but I had studied it before, so I knew it pretty much instantly, but I just had to take a second to think about the I over there before saying my spelling.
Gosh, how do you even study? What is it like? Because you not only have to study these words, but then you have to be able to spit it out so fast.
Yeah, so I mainly study by making my own lists and using programs to type words. And that was really beneficial for this because when you're typing words, you try to go fast. So going fast just kind of came naturally. And that was a really good thing for especially this tiebreaker.
Is this something that you're constantly always studying? Like you're just trained yourself to think of words this way and you're always just working your mind? How far out did you start really preparing for the spelling bee?
I started seriously preparing like probably 3 years out. So, you know, I've been preparing like seriously since 6th grade. So this win was really just a culmination of all my hard work over these past years.
Absolutely paid off. It's so impressive. Now, at any point were you like, uh-oh, this word might trip me up?
So earlier in the finals, when I got the word Bhubaneswar, spelled Bhubaneshwar, I was a little bit nervous because of the tricky like va sound in the middle, but I just trusted my gut and I spelled the word correctly. So I'm really thankful.
What is your favorite word? Do you have a favorite word in the English language?
My favorite word in the English language is probably the word muntjac, spelled Muntjac. There's no reason for it, but I just think it's a funny word, and
It's a word that I have fun spelling.
What does that even mean?
It's like a type of deer.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, what's really interesting is not only do you have to know how to spell these words, a lot of times you have to know what they mean, right? Because you're thinking of the origin of the word, where it's derived from. So your brain is storing a lot of information. Is there a word you still struggle with?
A word I still struggle with? Well, one word I struggled with learning for vocab was the word retrodict. So I couldn't remember what this word meant for like a really long time, but eventually I mastered it, and it means to infer something. So yeah.
Oftentimes, my daughter, she's much younger, and she did a spelling bee, but it was easier. But you always remember the word that tripped you up, perhaps that cost you that title, right? Was there a word like that for you that you just have never forgotten as a result of the experience you had?
Yeah, so the word I missed in 2024, Kanin, spelled Kanin. I'll never forget that word because it was the one that I missed, and you know, that word was just like a pretty big word at that time for me. So,
you'll never forget it now. So what do you do in your free time for fun besides spelling and memorizing?
So some of my hobbies are playing chess, playing tennis, and solving math problems. They all just help me like take time off from spelling and distress.
But it keeps your mind going, that's for sure.
Chess is a pretty incredible activity for sure. Okay, so do you think this experience will change your confidence, give your confidence an extra little boost?
Yeah, it definitely will, I think. It was really great knowing that, you know, all my hard work you know, paid off. So yeah, it'll definitely give my confidence a great boost.
And what are you going to do now after winning $50,000, right, in prizes and cash? That's a lot of money for a 14-year-old.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the money, but now that I won, I'm probably just going to try to relax and celebrate and get some sleep too. So.
Well, how are you going to celebrate? Is there something you have in mind?
So probably just hang out with friends tonight and just talk to family and all those things.
And not do any quizzing of any sort.
Yeah.
Rest your brain.
Sure.
I'm sure your family's super proud of you, as are we here in Southern California. You're a local guy.
Representing.
So come back, bring the trophy, and you can bring it right here to our studios. We'll love to have
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Trey. Best of luck to you. We'll talk to you soon, I'm sure. A hearing is underway in Riverside to decide if a murder trial is warranted for the mother of baby Emmanuel Haro.
The 7-month-old boy vanished last August and his body was never found. Mario Ramirez standing by with the very latest. Mario?
Yeah, Roxy, Sandra, we just got a major update in this case. We had originally been anticipating a judge to make a decision if there was enough evidence to send Rebecca Haro to stand trial, but we've just learned from inside the courtroom, I just stepped out a minute ago, that she has or is in the process of accepting a plea deal, and in exchange, the second-degree murder charge will be dropped. So let's go to the video here. You can see her in court. This was the last time she made an appearance last month. 42-year-old Rebecca Haro, she is back this morning, and under this deal, Haro pleaded to 1 count of child endangerment, 1 count of involuntary manslaughter, and 1 count of being an accessory after the fact. Now, those charges carry a possible sentence of 12 years and 8 months in state prison. By accepting the agreement, Haro gave up her right to have a jury decide the case and will instead be sentenced by the court at a later date. Now, prosecutors say she helped her husband, Jake Haro, cover up the baby's death, and this case drew national attention last August after baby Emmanuel was reported missing and a massive search effort got underway. Investigators soon after said her story didn't add up. She claimed a stranger abducted the baby while she was changing his diaper outside a Big Five store in Yucaipa, and 8 days later she was arrested along with her husband at their Cabazon home. And Jake Haro later pleaded guilty, this was back in October, to second-degree murder and child assault, and he is now serving 32 years to life. So prosecutors now argue that Rebecca Haro knew or suspected that her son was being abused and did not intervene. Emmanuel's body has not been recovered to this date. Again, that plea agreement canceling out the second-degree murder charge, and they are in the process of finalizing it right now in the courtroom as we speak. So I'm going to head back up and I'll give you another update at the top of the next hour. For now, in Riverside, Sandra and Roxia, back to you.
All right, Mario, thank you for those new details. We'll check back in with you later. On to this now. The Garden Grove chemical tank emergency is now moving into its next phase. The Orange County Fire Authority is handing things over to the county health care agency to serve as the lead authority for the cleanup and removal of waste from the GKN aerospace plant. Some 50,000 people in Garden Grove and neighboring cities were evacuated last week for several days when the chemical tank threatened to overheat and explode. But the crisis was averted by Tuesday, and the last of the evacuees were cleared to go home by Wednesday.
The former mayor of Arcadia will appear in federal court this morning to change her plea to guilty to charges of secretly working as an agent for China. 58-year-old Eileen Wang stepped down as the city's mayor and resigned from the city council when felony charges were announced earlier this month. Now, according to her plea agreement, Wang and her then fiancé, Mike Sun, operated a website on which they posted articles favorable to Beijing as instructed by the Chinese government. It happened without prior notification to the U.S. government as required by law. It also occurred before she was elected to the city council. Wang faces up to 10 years in prison. Her former fiancé now serving a 4-year sentence for the same charge.
Downtown Santa Monica has a new police substation. City leaders and public safety officials cut the ribbon on the facility yesterday. It's aimed at putting more officers directly in the heart of the shopping district to deter crime, reassure local businesses, and increase law enforcement visibility. All right, this time next week, the leadership across California is going to look very different.
Yes, Election Day, fast approaching. Millions of votes have already been cast through early voting and mail-in ballots, of course. Brooke is here to break it all down with us. The latest on the polling.
Yeah, that's right. It's definitely going to be on the way to looking a lot different. Maybe, right? Depends, because if we start with the mayor's race, the current Mayor Bass is still the front runner in the UC Berkeley LA Times poll at 26%. Nithya Raman at 25%. Spencer Pratt coming in right behind her at 22%. Raman and Pratt both surged each by 8 percentage points since the March survey. Bass has pretty much stayed flat, so they are somewhat catching up with her.
I also just reminded myself of the interview Pratt did where he said if he doesn't win the mayor's race, he's going to move out of California.
A lot of criticism for that.
Yes,
right?
And we'll see what comes of all of this. Okay, so that was the mayor's race. What about the governor's?
All right, let's talk about that. So let's see. The Public Policy Institute of California dropped a lot of data this week, and we tried to break some of it down for you. Democrat Javier Becerra leads the governor's race there at 23% in the latest polling. Republican Steve Hilton is looking at 20%, and then you'll see Tom Steyer, Chad Bianco, and Katie Porter there rounding out the top 5. competitive. The survey also found voters support the state's top 2 primary system, and there was also a look into that proposed tax on billionaires, and more than half support it.
And some of the big issues that stood out. What are voters saying?
The biggest one, which I thought was interesting, 45% of likely voters say the state's budget is a big problem. You'll remember earlier this month, Governor Gavin Newsom announced a revision to this year's budget, which is raising it to nearly $350 billion, making it the largest budget in state history. That's top of mind for people. A majority of those polled actually said they would rather pay less in taxes and have the state offer fewer services, which is so fascinating because that's one of the reasons people move to California, right? Not higher taxes, but it's the services. Yeah, the difference in states they lived in previously. Oh, the state takes care of that, or oh, that's it's interesting.
Yeah. There's just a lot of things people have to consider.
All of it has to do with money these days, right? Really, truly. Cost of living, inflation. These are high topics. Housing costs. Housing availability. 54% of Californians say the recent uptick in prices have caused financial hardship to themselves or overall their household.
And what about the federal level?
Yes, we looked at that as well. And when it comes to issues at the federal level, 30%, only 30% of likely voters in California say they approve of the job Donald Trump is doing as president. 70% of likely voters disapprove of the war in Iran, and 80% of likely voters say they feel the country is, quote, generally going in the wrong direction.
Those numbers, wow, they're really telling.
They are. I guess, you know, to a certain extent, when you look at the way the election goes overall, they're not shocking, and they pretty much line up together with what you could guess, right? But they are pretty strong.
Especially when you have it like that laid out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens Tuesday, though, because, you know, we've been there before, right? The polling said one thing, and that is not what happened.
Yes. Yes, that is very true. We've got to keep that in mind. All right. New this morning, former U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi back in D.C. addressing questions about the